Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is the only 5-minute-a-day, 5-day-a-week podcast that has a reduced carbon footprint. That's right. No carbons were harmed in the making of Daily Dose Radio. And we have a grand week ahead of us this week as we look at the second part of Psalm 118. And we're going to begin in verse 15 today and then just travel throughout the remainder of the psalm till we come to the end. I hope you'll stay with me all week. I hope you were with me last week. If you didn't get to hear the first half, I encourage you to go back and listen to those recordings as we went through Psalm 118 verse by verse last week. This week we begin with verse 15, and we're going to find out how this psalm makes its way into the New Testament on several fronts. Just a couple of housekeeping things. I wanted to make you aware that during the month of December, there are going to be 2 weeks where we don't have any Daily Dose Radio, and that's going to be the 23rd through the 27th, and the 30th through the 3rd of January. So those 2 weeks of the holidays, I usually take those off. You know, I'm publishing Daily Dose Radio every day, all year long, whether I'm on vacation or traveling for business or whatever I'm doing, I'm taking Daily Dose Radio with me. But those 2 weeks in December, I take them off so that I can travel and be with my family and visit my kiddos and do all the things that you need to do at Christmas time. So Christmas week and New Year's week, no Daily Dose Radio, but we'll be back live and fresh that first full week in January, which will be like the 4th, 5th, 6th of January, beginning that day. So hope you'll keep that in mind as we go forward into the month of December. We're looking today at verses 15 through 17 here in Psalm 118. Let me read those for you. The voice of rejoicing and salvation is in the tabernacles of the righteous. The right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly. The right hand of the Lord is exalted. The right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly. I shall not die but live and declare the works of the Lord. Now I'm going to save out verse 17 for tomorrow because 17 really begins the section of 17 through 21. So we'll talk about all that together tomorrow. But look here in 15 and 16, and you'll see another one of those sequences that we mentioned last week. The right hand of the Lord is mentioned 3 times. At the end there of verse 15, and then twice in 16. So it's the right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly, is exalted, and doeth valiantly. When we think about this right hand of the Lord, we always have to remember what happened in Egypt. It was His mighty outstretched arm and His strong hand that delivered the people from the captivity of Egypt. Pharaoh said that his hand was going to come against the people, and the Lord said, no, my hand is going to come against Egypt. And sure enough, it did. The Lord did a mighty work in Egypt, delivered the people. And so here, we have to remember that, I think. And not only that, but going forward into every experience of the children of Israel, beginning with the wandering in the wilderness, the reclamation of the land, the time of the judges, all the way up to David and Solomon, and then in the kings of Judah and Israel, we see the right hand of the Lord working constantly in the national life. But since this is written from a personal perspective, we have to imagine it also that the right hand of the Lord doeth valiantly and is exalted in the life of the believer. And so that means for us that His hand is working on our behalf as well. Join me again tomorrow. We'll look at verses 18 through 20 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.